Hi, it's Sam with Pixie Louisville, and today I'm going to show you how to create a stenciled wood sign. Alright, so our first step is this was printed and there are some letters in there. It says, "Today I choose joy." You have to pick those out, okay? My personal preference is tweezers. My husband, however, prefers a box cutter, but I am partial to the tweezers. So, what you do is you're going to come in here and you're just going to pick them out. Now the rule of thumb is out, in, out, in. So if you have a design that's multiple layers, you are going to start on the outside, leave the inside, and pick out the outside. So out, in is the rule of thumb when you're tweezing, okay? Out, in, and you just literally just pick them out. Okay, so now you have your stencil. Today I choose joy is what we're going to paint today. And you need to get some contact paper. I've already cut this to size. So you're just going to peel it apart. And I do mine like this. I just lay it flat. This is blue side down. This is sticky side up. So when your finger hits the contact paper, it's going to stick, okay? Sticky side up, blue side down, and you're gonna sandwich them, just like that, okay? Then you're gonna come in here. You can use a credit card if you're not an everyday crafter and that's all you have. A credit card works just fine. And you are going to press the surface. I always tell people to flip it over and press because you will have bubbles and creases. See, there are some bubbles in there. That's totally fine. It's not going to hurt your stencil. It's not going to hurt your overall product, okay? So I always tell people just do it on the other side so you don't see that. Now the next step, your blue and your clear are always going to be one, okay? It's now one big sticker, okay? So you're going to take the white and you're going to peel it back. Just like this, okay? See how it's starting to stick to the white? That's totally fine. You're just going to repress it and you're going to pull it back. So your white, the backing piece has nothing on it. Always double check it, make sure it's clean and that there's no blue. Okay? So now you have this. When we cut our stencils, just to help us line them up nice, we have boxes around them. So the boxes are within reason the same size as your board, and it just kind of helps you to line it up and get it nice and straight. So after it's nice and straight on here, you're going to come in and you're going to repress. Again, bubbles, creases, they're not going to come out of here, guys, and that's totally a-okay. It is not going to hurt anything. All right, so it's nice and pressed. Now this clear comes off. So you're going to take it and you're going to roll it flush, flush, flush with the board, okay? Now I have already painted this with white paint. So the background has been done and it's just ready for stencil. Okay, so now your sign will look like this, okay? It's perfectly straight. It's on there nicely, and now you're gonna get your colors. I use wall paint. It's thick, very easy to use, but it also stains, so be careful. All right, so I take a paintbrush, and you're just gonna wipe it on. Very, very even strokes, okay? There's no puddles of paint. Very even, and I'm putting it on rather thick, but wall paint itself is pretty thick anyways. Okay, so I want that. In the bottom I'm going to use Pixie Glitz glitter, okay, and this is very thick stuff. So this is going to come in here and you are going to really get it on thick. Now for those that aren't used to using this glitter, it is a little challenging to find the middles at the end, but you can kind of, I'll show you a little trick when we get there. So this is the Pixie Glitz glitter and we're just really putting it on really thick and hiding any of that white, okay? You don't want to see any of that. And this doesn't look very sparkly right now, but this glitter takes a minute to really dry, and when it dries, you really see how sparkly it is. It's really pretty. And this is navy Pixie Glitz. So I'm just coating it. Everything's nice and even. That's the key. Even if you're not using Pixie Glitz glitter, and if you're using craft store glitter, it has to be even, okay? Glitter is very tricky anyways. This is even trickier. Glitter has to be even, or you're gonna get some pieces that are really thick in spots and others that aren't, okay? So after you get it nice and even, and I'm gonna just put one more coat on here. Sometimes it takes a couple of coats, okay? And you don't have to wait for it to dry. You'll see that it needs another one before it's dry. So I'm just coming in here, one more good coat, but really I wouldn't do more than 2, because then it gets kind of chunky and hard to work with. Okay, so I've used wall paint here. Again, there's no puddling, it's very smooth, there's 2 coats of paint, and then this is navy Pixie Glitz, okay, and it's very even. You can see there's not one spot that's higher up than the other, it's very even across the board, okay? So, we're just gonna kinda, and you do want it to come off wet, okay? So, you're gonna start in the corner. Pulling up is very, very important. You're gonna pull this straight up. Do not let it drag. You're gonna go very slow because this is very wet paint, okay? Very, very slow, straight up. Do you see how my arm, my arm can't get any straighter. Straight up, very important. Very slow. Look at that. Now, there's still some middles in here, okay? So you have your O's, your D's, your Y's. Again, you're gonna come in with your tweezers if that's your preference of choice, and you're just gonna pick them right out of there. This is very wet. I sometimes leave it a few minutes to dry, a couple of minutes, so it doesn't, you don't get that splattering, especially if you're newer to it. I would leave it for 3 to 5 minutes just to get that excess sort of hardened, because you're gonna get a little splattering. Okay, now I said with the glitter, okay, you're gonna come in here and you're just gonna kind of scratch it a little bit, okay? You're gonna find where that stencil is. The stencil's always blue. Well, at least our stencils are. You're gonna pick it just like that. I've done this so much with this design that I just know where they are. But again, just kind of scratch it and pick it up where you scratched it, okay? So again, scratch it and then pick it up where you've scratched it. Scratch it and pick it up just like that. And that is how you make a stenciled sign. If you have any questions, drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe. We do lots of tutorials on farmhouse signs and decals, how to apply them. And I hope you join us for the next video. Thanks, guys.